What up? What's good, people? What is up? What is up? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these pants on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Murda was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation. I tried to find out if Lil Murda was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped here everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
What's up, y'all? Let me know if y'all can hear me. I am actually in my car driving home from out of town, and the shit was hitting my desk. My phone was buzzing. People was calling me. I said, I got to go live and hit my people. So please put a 27 in the chat if you can hear me okay. I'm going to try to read the chat in just a second, see if y'all can hear me. But I am in the middle of a rainstorm, in the middle of bumper-to-bumper traffic. But I'm here for y'all. Hold on, let me look at the comments. Okay, y'all can hear me good. Okay. I'm not going to be able to look at the comments two times. So if it sounds crazy around me, it's because, like I said, I'm in the middle of a rainstorm and in the middle of bumper-to-bumper traffic. God help me. Anyway, so y'all, when you're right as much as I am, you don't have to brag about it. That's all I'm going to say. Did I not interrupt my goddamn vacation in Turks and Caicos to tell y'all this was happening? Did I not do that? Please put a Shondo in the chat if you recall that me, Billy BTV, and Ebby Reviews were on vacation out of the country in the Turks and Caicos, and I interrupted my vacation just to go live to say And that was what, 3 weeks ago now? The man is gone. He's out. That's it. He's done. I said it. Y'all argued me down. Y'all screamed at me. Y'all yelled from the rooftops. Y'all told me all this, that, and the third about how I was wrong. No, this can't happen. Da, da, da. And I told y'all the shit is happening, whether or not you want it to. Just the other day, when was that? Wednesday or Thursday, I told y'all he would not make it to the end of the month. I told you when they said Obama, yes, Barack Hussein Obama was behind the scene moving chess pieces, saying he got to go. It was over. When Nancy Pelosi came out and said, well, it's his decision to make, that was the writings on the wall that she was telling him, get your ass out the goddamn race or be put out. And now here we are. Now, we are here now. We are absolutely here now. But we talked about this. This should not be a news flash, at least not for those of you that follow me and my commentary. I've been telling y'all for 3 weeks now. Excuse me, y'all. I've been screaming this for 3 weeks now. This is going to happen. He's going to be pushed out. That was before the first member of Congress even said he needed to come out. I went live and said my sources are telling me he's out of there. And now we're here. That was before the first member of Congress. By yesterday, you had over 3 dozen members of Congress, damn near a dozen senators. It was inevitable. It's over. It's over. This is where we are. This is where we are. Now, this DNC in a month is about to be a fucking shit show. Now, you wait till we get to this Democratic National Convention in the great state of Illinois next month. You'll watch the goddamn shit show. Because if Democrats do nothing else, they know how to play victim and they know how to crap their pants. Those are 2 things that they do effortlessly. Play victim and crap their pants. That's what they do. And they do it with miraculous levels of fervency and zeal. So I can tell you right now, y'all thought the 1968 Democratic National Convention was a shit show. Oh, please understand. This is about to be a next level shit show. Like, listen, all my people here. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry I haven't said hello to y'all in the big. Just coming in. I am driving out of town. I'm trying to get home so I can hurry up, get some rest and freshen up for the Janet Jackson concert tonight, because I will be going to go see Janet Jackson tonight. And so I got to get ready for that too. But for those of you all just coming in, yes, it is official. The man has bowed out gracefully. I mean, if you can call it graceful. I haven't read all parts of the letter. I do have the letter. I wish I could read it to you, but I can't do that and drive at the same time on this highway. I might either wreck out or get pulled over by the police for having a cell phone in my hand. So I can't read the letter, but it is official. He has released a statement with his signature bowing out of the 2024 presidential election. It is official. He is out. That is it. Now, there is a faction of the Democratic Party that's just as racist, bigoted, and discriminatory as their Republican counterparts that want no parts of Kamala Harris. None. No parts of Kamala Harris to get that to now be bumped up to the top of the ticket. So they're going to scream from the rooftops all of the reasons why Kamala Harris has to be a horrible nominee. They're going to scream all types of reasons why she's a horrible nominee. Certainly, the progressives will certainly be behind Kamala Harris at full throated. If you notice, the entire progressive wing was behind Joe Biden because the progressive wing knows the Democratic Party, and they were hearing all of those racist, discriminatory, and bigoted members of their Democratic Party try to say that they need a whole new candidate outside of Kamala Harris. I'm telling you, this is what's going on. So you got a faction of the Dems that don't want Kamala, and they're going to try to find another. Those are some of them are behind. Some of them are behind Gavin Newsom. Some of them are behind. I've even heard. I've heard all kinds of names, but that's the ringing name that I've heard the loudest. I mean, I've heard Buttigieg. I've heard what's the guy name? He's a senator out of Arizona that just won a couple years ago. Senator out of Arizona. I can't think of his name, but I've heard his name. But Newsom is the biggest name I've heard real loud. Now, do I think that faction will win? No. Because at this point, the delegates are in the hands. I mean, the votes of the delegates are basically, it is what it is. The delegates get to vote their conscience at this point in most states. In most states, delegates will get to vote their conscience. I don't see anyone beating Kamala. I don't see any of the names that are being thrown out there beating Kamala. I'm gonna try to plug this up, y'all, so I can charge my phone. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. All right, can y'all hear me? Put a 27 in the chat if you can still hear me. Oh boy. Hold on for a moment, y'all. Okay, can y'all hear me now? Okay, okay, so good. So your thoughts. What are your thoughts? I want to know what y'all thoughts are on this. What do you think? How do you think? Should I drop the link? Let me see if I can drop the link real fast. Hold on, y'all. I'm doing like 30 things at once. I'm not gonna wreck out. I promise. I'm not gonna wreck out. I promise. I'm doing like.
Traffic on your route is slower than usual. You should reach your destination by 3:37 p.m.
Did y'all hear that? Okay. Hold on. There's a lot of traffic today. Hold on for a moment, y'all. I'm trying to get the link for y'all. Here we go. Copy. All right. Because I know some of y'all really have a lot to say. Some of y'all want to have the chance to scream from the rooftop rant and rave about this because some of y'all are really upset about this, and I can't blame you. But we've seen this coming for some time now. All right, there's the link. So like I was saying, I'm sorry I'm not looking at the chat, y'all. But Biden, from what I read in the letter, he is giving a full-throated support to Kamala. Kamala is the only person that makes sense at this point because, if I'm not mistaken, if there's a political scientist in the building that knows more on this than me, please feel free to come up or put it in the chat. But Biden's campaign funds that he has right now can go to Kamala. It absolutely can go to Kamala. From what I understand in all of my research and reading. Now, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't read the chat right now. I'm looking at the chat, but I can't try to read it. It's so small, and me trying to read it will take my eyes off the road for longer than I want my eyes to be off the road. So I can't read the chat, but please feel free to come up and scream at me through the rooftop. I can see if you click the link and try to come up. I can see that better than I can trying to read the chat because it's probably is not a safe idea for me to read the chat right now. Now, thank you for everybody that's coming in here. This is L Teddy 27. This is the House of Debauchery, and this is the place to be for all your political commentary and breakdown. Please be clear. We've been breaking this down for the last several weeks now. Now, on when was that? That was Thursday. When I went live Thursday, go check for those who weren't here on Thursday. Check out my live on Thursday. On Thursday, we talked about this. On Thursday, we said he would not make it to the end of the month. And we started to talk about should Kamala move up to the top of the ticket, who should her running mate be? And we broke that down on Thursday. Who would best help her win this race? Because even though, you know, the for some people the building is crashing down, the roof is on fire. We are at DEFCON 5 and threat level red for some people right now because they are Biden or bust people. We still have enough time for this race to be winnable. That's what I was talking about on Thursday when I said, listen, this is inevitable. We have to begin to pick up the pieces, pivot, and prepare ourselves for what is ahead. That's where we are now. Right now, politically, we are in a fight for what we know to be democracy in these yet to be United States of America. So Biden is out. He bowed out gracefully. Baby, cry you 2 good tears. Only 2 now, because I'm not crying a damn tear for Biden. You have 4 years as a United States president. You about to go on to be with the Lord, you know, sometime in the near future. And you could go on and your legacy be cemented. However, we got to think about our future because we don't even know if Biden will still be alive come election cycle in 2028. So we need to look at the future of this country and its democracy. And specifically, we need to think about what this means for us black people. Because, you know, we rooting for everybody black. We're rooting for everybody black. So we have to think about what's best for us. So if Kamala ends up surviving, I should say, because the DNC is going to be like survival. It's going to be like the show Survival. That's what the freaking Democratic National Convention is about to be this coming next month. Survives, and hopefully it's voted. will be Governor Andy Beshear. The Liberals, the West Coast Democrats, you got Andy Beshear, Democratic governor of a red state, who can galvanize some of those people in the middle and some independent voters that are not real progressive and that are afraid of what it means to have Kamala at the top of the ticket. I'll be honest with you. Some of the establishment Democrats, some of those middle of the road Democrats, those centrists, they are very afraid about Kamala being at the top of the ticket because in their mind, Kamala is a raging progressive. And those of us that are progressive knows that she's not. She's really not a way out there left progressive. She's not. But that's what's in people's minds. So if she picks someone like Governor Andy Beshear, that will help. That'll help make some people feel a little better about the ticket because he's more centrist and he knows how to go and win votes in red states. He's a white man. Let's be clear. You got a black woman or a biracial woman. She is black and Indian that's running. You need to think about how racist, bigoted, and discriminatory this country is. Not just this country, how racist, bigoted, and discriminatory a lot of the Democrats and the left are. So he's a white man. He checks that box, and he can hopefully help salvage some of those votes. I'm just saying. So, hey, I just want to say hey to everybody that's coming in the chat. I know I'm not looking at the chat. I told you I'm driving, trying to make my way home so I can go home, relax a little bit, get something to eat, change, and go to my Janet Jackson concert tonight so I can see my Queen Janet tonight. Shout out to everybody going to the Janet Jackson concert tonight at State Farm Arena. I'll be right there. Well, I just read half of because I was stopped on this good highway. There's so much traffic on this goddamn highway. I'm about 50 miles south of Atlanta, and you would think I was in downtown Atlanta. How bad this traffic is. So I don't even want to know what it's like in downtown Atlanta right now. Anyway, I saw like the first line of what you wrote, Xavier. I'm trying not to read comments, but I'm glancing down, and I saw you said that she needs to reach over and pick a progressive candidate. That's not a winning strategy. At this point, you have to be strategic. At this point, because it's a shit show, you have to be strategic. You gotta be strategic. You have to circle the wagons. You got to do everything you can to pick up as many votes as you can. This is not the time to go radical. This is the time to put your chess pieces down and figure out the best strategy. Because before this, the Dems have been playing checkers while everybody else is playing chess. It's time to put your chess pieces down and do some real strategy. If she goes and say, balls to the wall, I'm going left, I'm getting me a progressive running mate, that's not a winning strategy. If she does that, or people get wind that she's going to do that, she may not make it out of the DNC. I'll be real honest with you. We gotta think strategic here. And you know, politics, that's what it's all about. Being strategic, making sure that you make the right moves that are going to garner the right amount of votes. It's all about. That is what it's all about. But those people just coming in, you're president, sixth president of these United States of America, has officially announced that he is officially out. This is not real. This is conjecture. This is an actual statement with his signature on it. From what I understand, he will be. I'm not sure if he already has. You can put it in the chat since I'm not reading the chat, but I'm almost certain I read in the letter that he was giving his endorsement to Kamala. So that clears that up. I expect that here's how I think this went. I have no reason to believe that when they had that meeting and they forced him out, Biden probably told them, "You want out?" And they see everybody, every major player, every pair of swinging, and every swinging that calls themselves a policymaker, a mover and a shaker. You better put your full-throated support behind Kamala. I believe that's how their conversation went. They told him, "There's nothing we can do for you, Joe. You got to get out." Joe said, "Y'all want me out? You better put Kamala everybody's lips when it comes to the next person out." I have every reason to believe that. So I expect, if not by tonight, certainly this week, we'll see Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Clyburn. You're going to see all of come and say our nominee Kamala Harris. That's going to come out. You probably will see Obama make a statement. I could see Obama sometime later in the week make a statement, just to let the people in the Democratic caucus know, don't try the shenanigans. One thing we know about Nancy Pelosi knows how to drum up some votes and knows how to get people to fall in line. And I think that's how that's going to happen. I really think that you'll see this week, full-throated, there will be unequivocation on them saying Kamala Harris is our pick for the Democratic ticket. Full-throated support. And they will be asking everybody to fall their ass in line. Now, the question is, Kamala still got some time before the DNC. She ain't got that much time, just a couple weeks. But she needs to talk to those people, and she needs to make sure she has the right pick for VP. She needs to have the right VP pick. If you remember when Joe ran in 2020, because Joe was thought of as such a centrist and such an establishment Dem, the reason that they went after Kamala is because they felt like Kamala could garner the progressive wing of the Democratic caucus. Now, with Kamala going to the top of the ticket and that, representing the far left progressive wing of the Democratic caucus, they're going to need somebody that's kind of a centrist to balance this out and secure votes. So now, I got somebody in the background. Hold on. Let me make sure that's all right. Xavier, that's you?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. What's going on?
I just wanted to clarify my statement. I don't think that Kamala should have a progressive VP. I just think she needs to lean further into progressive policies.
Oh, okay. I got you. Thank you for picking that up.
I just don't, because I feel like the Biden administration, do I think it's his age that maybe lost a lot of people's confidence in him? Yeah. But I do think his mismanagement of Israel, his failure to deliver on some of the promises he made on the campaign trail, and this whole rising above it atmosphere that he has created within himself and his party is just not working for a lot of people, especially when you're running against Donald Trump.
Yeah, I can see that. And you know, I've been screaming from rooftops for how long that Israel Hamas war and his stance and his full throated, unwavering support lost him a lot of traction in the Democratic Party. Like he was unyielding for a very long time to even
And it didn't
question.
make sense. It didn't make sense at all for any, like, not even if your personal beliefs. Why would you do that when you know most of your party disagrees with it? It's like he
Right.
wasn't trying to win at all.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Can I get one of the hall monitors to please drop the link in case somebody else wants to come up as well? I know I only dropped the link once, but can I get one of the hall monitors to periodically drop that? Because I'm kind of driving. I don't want to break out. Anyway, but so who do you think she should pick for her VP candidate?
I would think Gavin Newsom.
I don't think she can. I think policy wise she can't because there are rules against having two candidates, the president and the VP from the same state.
Well, see, all these dumbass rules that we don't need. But that would be my pick. I've also heard of what's the guy, Shapiro? I don't know where he's from, but I've heard a lot of people suggest
From
him for some reason.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shapiro out of Pennsylvania. He's the governor of Pennsylvania.
So I've heard of that. I don't really know much about the center-leaning candidates because I frankly think that they're the death of the Democratic Party and they are why we are currently losing the country at this point. But she does need one for this ticket because of who she is.
Right.
I just wouldn't know any. And she has to find somebody young.
Right. And that's why I was leaning toward Andy Bashir because Andy Bashir is only 46. So he's young and he's seen as a centrist candidate because he won in Kentucky. Now you're gonna see people talking Governor Shapiro out of Pennsylvania. You also hear people mentioning this man name. I just lost his name. The governor of North Carolina. God, I can't think of this man name right now.
North Carolina.
Yeah, the governor of North Carolina. He's a Democrat.
Is that the one who Trump thought was a Republican?
I think so. I think Trump haphazardly tried to make him Republican, and he's Democrat. I can't think of that man's name. He's the
Doug
governor.
Burgum? I mean, no, not Doug Burgum. That's somebody else. Roy Cooper?
Yes, Roy Cooper. Thank you. And he won governor, and you see the nut job that won Senate governor North Carolina because their governor run separately. Like you have to run. It's not a ticket in North Carolina where governor and lieutenant governor run together. No, it's a separate race.
Like the old days. Another thing
you got
bygone era.
You got Roy Cooper who won as a Democrat at the top of the ticket, and a complete, far right MAGA nut in Mark Robinson, who won lieutenant governor. The craziest thing in the world.
How is that even allowed? This is why. I'm not even going to get into the whole separation of church, of state and federal and all this because why is that even still a thing? That is from the old bygone era of government. Why is that even possible? Oh my fucking God.
What I'm excited about is now I'm excited to see the debates. If Democrats don't crack the pan and they
You think Trump would debate Kamala?
No, I think Kamala is going to eviscerate him.
But I think he knows that. I think he knows that. I don't think he'll do it.
Now, if we're being honest, go back to 2016. Hillary, every debate, undressed that man, dog walked him. And then you had Comey and his fuck shit, James Comey and his fuck shit, remember, right before the election, with the Hillary Clinton stuff right before the election,
Oh
and
yeah.
some other, missteps that Hillary had. But that James Comey thing right before that 2016 election, damn me. So, hey, Xavier, you gonna have to read some of these good comments for me because I can't read them.
Sharice said Trump said that Harris will be easier to defeat. Yanya said, so do you think that there shouldn't be a separation of church and state? I think there should be a separation of church and state. I'm talking about state and federal. I don't know why there's different rules for the state elections for national elections. I think that's dumb, personally.
Well, Trump thinks he can easily beat anybody. He lives in his own bizarro world. Let's be clear. The man lives in his own bizarro world in his head. This mythical alternate plane and dimension that none of us are invited.
But the thing is, his alternate world is becoming realer and closer as the year goes by.
So, I'm saying that in regards to him that he says he'll easily be Kamala. What he's expecting is he's expecting the country to be his typical racist, misogynistic, bigoted, and discriminatory self.
And you don't think they'll do it?
Oh, I think there's absolutely a lot of people on his side that will dig their feet in the ground and be about that life. Absolutely. However, I don't think it's unwinnable for Kamala. I think Kamala absolutely and have a viable campaign and can win. I'm not saying this is going to be easy. I'm saying she's going to blow. But lean on, she's already been leaning on, and even the red states, reproductive rights win every single time. She can lean in on that. She can lean in on Project 2025 that scares a lot of people. She can lean in on, if she want, for those people who are real political scientists and those people who are the nerdiest of political nerds, she can lean in on foreign policy because Donald Trump absolutely wants Putin to gain control of Ukraine, and once he gains control of Ukraine, we damn near at World War I again. So there's a lot of things, but what I think she should not touch, even though they're going to ask her and she's going to have to really thread the needle on it, I don't think she should touch Israel Hamas. Let that be President Biden's cross to bear, because he's the one that gave the full-throated support. I don't think she should touch that prior to November, because her own base is too divided on that.
In half a mile, keep left to stay on I-75 North.
Her own base is still way too divided on that, and you got AIPAC and all of those people over there waiting for her to
Keep
have
left
a
to stay
misstep.
on I-75 North.
Waiting for her to have a misstep on that. They're waiting. So,
But this is all contingent on them not trying to get somebody else into the candidacy, or them trying not to run another candidate.
well, the conspiracy theories is that all of this was about them not wanting Kamala. That is what conspiracy theories say. That this whole thing getting Biden out of there was two reasons. One, because Biden was going to lose. That's clear. Um, uh, uh, Simply because of his stance on Israel Hamas that lost him the election. But they were trying to undermine Kamala and get her out. And so that's why when Biden kept digging his heels in and saying, I'm not getting out of the race, I'm not getting out of the race. If he got out of the race like he did today, I'm telling you, he told those members of the Democratic caucus, is Kamala or I'm not getting out. If y'all don't give full throated support to Kamala, I'm not getting out of the race. So you'll see the early part of this week, if not as early as today. I think he's supposed to address. He'll probably address the nation probably tonight. I can see me being at the Janet Jackson concert.
There's a stalled vehicle ahead.
I can see myself doing the dance break on If at the moment that he clicks the button and goes and addresses the nation tonight. Because this is too big of a story for him not to address the nation. He has to.
I'll tell you, you got people in the back.
Oh, I do? Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. Okay, I got JT. I got Lil Baby. Okay. What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey. So yeah, I just to give my commentary on the whole situation. I think it was a good idea because, like you said, he wasn't going to win with his stance on Hamas and Gaza. All of that really messed him up, and then as well as that debate, this kind of was the nail in the coffin right there. But I don't know, like with Kamala, who do you think that her running mate could be that would really? Because I'm thinking she probably needs to pull in maybe like Gavin Newsom or maybe the governor from Pennsylvania. It's gonna have to be a white man. I know that, but she needs to pull somebody in strong, and she's gonna really have to hit the ground running. She's gonna have to stop doing all that docile stuff like how Joe Biden was. You're gonna have to hit the ground running and really hit Trump and really get in his ass for real. She's gonna have to really win.
I'm on record here saying she needs somebody like Governor Andy Beshear, who's the governor of a red state. I think she needs to have a Democratic governor of a red state. And a young person. Andy Beshear checked all boxes. A white man, young, Democrat, he's kind of centrist. He can win votes in the red state. Governor Shapiro, he's the governor of Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania is purple. People feel like Pennsylvania is blue because they not only have a governor, but they have people. So, but she's going to have to pull from independence. And
Yeah. Like I said, I would love who I would really love for her to pull, but I just know that's not gonna win. 2 women on the ticket, but I would love for her to get Gretchen Whitmer, but from Michigan. I just know 2 women on the ticket out of this country. I don't see that winning.
So no, I'm saying there are rules in certain states that say you cannot have governor. I mean, you can't have the president and VP both in the state.
Yeah.
So, Lil Baby, what's going on?
So I'm just gonna like express my frustrations with the entire, Democratic Party. So this is where I have to agree with Xavier on Kamala leaning into more progressive ideas, because what has pissed me off is how the Dems have pretty much given up on the state of Florida, without even checking in on what the fuck is going on down here.
And you know I've been screaming that, Lil Baby. You know I've been screaming that.
We have two pieces of legislation where marijuana is in the percentile needed to be legalized recreationally. Also, the abortion ban that this stupid ass governor has put on, it's in the percentile that's needed to have that reversed. They have given up on this state, and this state
Also,
is more.
you know, little baby, you know, what's my girl's name who's running against Trick Scott? She's within the margin of error.
And
But
they have given up on it. Pissed me off.
Right now.
Is it Nikki Haley or someone else?
No,
I need.
no. Who's running against Trick Scott for that Senate?
I know who you talking about. It's not. I know it's not Luke's brother, but I know who you talking about. I got a face in my head. But yeah, they pretty much given up on this state, and it's like you all looked at stupid ass Matt, where he pretty much has segregated everything that's liberal, and not even checking into the fact that a lot of these independents are really fucking frustrated because you all are too pussy to stand on fucking business. If you check into a lot of people asking why they're not voting Democrat, it ain't because they like the Republicans and what they got going on. They don't like that the Democrats got one thumb in their ass and another in their ear, and they spinning around in a circle. That's what the fuck they hate. And that's what I hate. You could have packed that court and done what was necessary to not have abortion. Well, Roe v. Wade overturned, and you didn't do that. You sat on your hands and did nothing. Did nothing on your watch. It's like, you want me to vote for you, or am I really going to get out of my vote? I am registered Dem because I do want to impact that. I don't have any kind of, I'm not saying I don't have no conservative values at all, but what and for I can't get just completely aligning humans. I can't take me something to work.
What?
Do we lose her?
I think they went through some tunnels.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he's back.
Okay. But yeah, I agree with the other young lady though. I do agree that the Democratic Party. What pisses me off about the Democratic Party is that y'all are so honorary that y'all go against just because you don't want progressive in office, you will primary progressives just to put a centrist person in office just so they can't push any progressive policies, which are most of the policies that progressive push are the most popular policies that the American people want. And that's what makes
I'm back, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm driving.
No, you good.
I'm driving too.
What was y'all saying? What was y'all saying while I was gone?
No, I was just saying that Democrats piss me off the way they treat progressives, because they treat progressives like they are this redheaded stepchild. They primary them whenever they don't want them to push their progressive policies, which are the most popular policies that most American people want in this country. But they push them away, they push them out, they primary them, they get rid of them. And it's like, and that's what makes people really think, are y'all in the back pockets of the Republicans for real? Because y'all really don't want any progressive in this country. Yeah, y'all don't want any progressive in this country.
I've said as a progressive myself, I've said for many years, the Democrats today are the old school Republicans, the centrist Democrats. We have chronicled a whole bunch of races. We just talked about what they did to Jamal Bowman. We talked about last week about what they're trying to do to Cori Bush right now with all of the APEC money. We saw what they did with Jessica Cisneros down there in the San Antonio area We talked about our girl in Walton up there in Buffalo. All
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I just don't get it, and I really feel like at this point the progressives they need to break away and make it. If they, I feel like the progressives, if they had a strong, they could be a third party in this country. And if they really got behind and really pushed to the people what they're really fighting for, which most things they're fighting for the everyday people, I feel that they probably could be a strong, third party in this country if they really did the groundwork and really promoted it. Like I really feel like they really could push that forward because at this point, y'all part of the Democratic Party, but the Democratic Party don't respect you. So
I'll tell you, they left again. Goddamn.
yeah, damn, we lost
Dropped
him.
again. But no, just speaking from a Floridian, I know a lot of people would think that this state is uber conservative, but it actually isn't. It is still very much so purple. And if the right money was put in the right places, it could turn back blue. But the Dems have pulled money out of that and pretty much is just given up on the state over this facade of a map. You're not. I totally don't understand it.
Yeah. It's DeSantis though. DeSantis is going in there. He's just making all these different, laws and legislation just to really make the state as red as possible. It's doing all this, gerrymandering and it's just he's doing a lot of stuff to really just make the Florida red, and it's just like, and they just let him
Absolutely.
do it, and they just let him just run him up. Yeah.
His reasoning for why he wants to stop the legalization of recreational marijuana and not overturn the abortion ban is because it's going to make the state more blue. That's his rationale. He has no other rationale for why any of those bills should not go forward other than it's going to make the state more blue.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah. And that's another thing that irritated me. We didn't hear all this stuff about red states, blue states. You didn't really hear all that stuff until Donald Trump got in office. That's when you start hearing all this rhetoric about red states, blue states, all this stuff. You never heard that before. Because when you really look down at it, no matter how blue or red a state is, you're going to have about a mix of Republicans and Democrats in every state, no matter if it's up north, in the south, wherever. It's just, I just feel like that's another undertone for some, saying it's not white people. That's all that is.
Very much so true. Again, here in Florida, you have hubs that are full of college students. And a lot of those college students are very progressive. We meet people of different walks of life. And we see it. And to have some of these laws on the books, it's very archaic.
Well, let me say this. I want y'all to pay attention to the members of the Democratic Party that push Governor Shapiro. Governor Shapiro is Jewish. And a lot of that Jewish faction, those AIPAC people that ousted Jamal Bowman, that are trying to get rid of Cori Bush, and that are pro-Israel, pro-Benjamin Netanyahu, you're going to see a big shift and push toward Governor Shapiro. And I really feel like that's not a winning ticket to me if they go Governor Shapiro, because Pennsylvania is seen as a blue state. But my point being that those people who you see pushing Governor Shapiro are also the people whose pockets are lined by AIPAC. That's those people right there.
And to me, he just doesn't have the name recognition. We are 4 months away from the election. If they put someone else in there, it had to be somebody with name recognition that people know. Because I'm sorry, you put in Pennsylvania and the East Coast, yeah, he may be known, but someone from Idaho, California, Utah, Texas, they probably never even heard of this man before. So you're gonna have to put someone in with name recognition. And like I said, Kamala makes the best option right now because she's the vice president.
Now you're going to start to hear names like Julian Castro because they think that because he'll, they want to be able to pull in the Latino vote. I think they know that with Kamala, you're going to get some of the votes that you lost with Biden. You're going to get the black vote back that you might have lost with Biden. You're going to get the young vote as well because the young people like Kamala and the black people, we going to fall our ass in line anyway. The Hispanic Latino vote, that's still up in the air. They'd be real iffy from election to election. So you'll hear people that will
There's no such thing as a.
Maybe he dropped.
Oh, God damn it! Not
He
again.
dropped.
Just here by ourselves. I just want to say, I think chasing after the Hispanic vote is just a moot point. They don't historically vote as a bloc. They have diverse interests and diverse moral standings. Like a Cuban isn't going to vote the same as a Dominican. That's just how it's going to be.
Exactly, because there's so many different subsets of Hispanics. So it's like you said exactly. A Puerto Rican, a Mexican, a Cuban, they're all going to may vote differently. So, to me, I just never understood. I never understood because honestly, even before he attacked, the first group of people that he attacked when he first ran in 2016 was Hispanics. That was the first group of people he attacked, and these people are just so gung ho behind him, and I'm just like, why? I mean, I guess it's for black people too that's voting for Trump. I just don't understand people voting for someone that pretty much blatantly saying that they don't like you, they don't like your kind, they don't mess with your kind, but you're just 10 toes down for this man. I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
Thank y'all for holding it down while my internet, while I'm driving, and I might be having, internet.
Well, first, JT, the thing you need to understand about a lot of Hispanics or Latinos is number one, they do not identify as a minority. That's number one. Number two, they don't think of themselves as anyone of a person of color. A lot of them identify as white. And number three, they come in with that with Catholicism, so they are very uber conservative. Number four, a lot of them come from countries where communism hasn't benefited them. So whenever they hear about any communistic views or values, they run away with their hands in the air screaming. And that is the reason a lot of them are Republican and vote red.
But they don't know why communism is failing, which has nothing to do with the essentialists of communism, but more to do with the economic pressures imposed by capitalist nations.
Yeah. So a lot of them do come here voting not in their best interest, while at the same time benefiting from every social form of government aid.
Yeah, because I've heard so many stories about so many people coming over here as immigrants coming into this country from another country. They're getting all of this aid or whatever stuff. So within a few years now, they're living pretty good over here. And now they're telling black people, oh, y'all need to work hard and y'all need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. How are you going to tell us?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mind you, every benefit and luxury and liberty that they have, every freedom that they have is because of that. And so the most asinine shit is these people telling us, that they're above us and every right that they have is because of us.
Mm. It's crazy.
But it's not only, but that's true of a lot of immigrant communities. Look at, I'm not gonna, not to put the spot on them, but a lot of West African immigrants
Thank you,
come over
Chris
here.
Destroyer, for your super chat. Thank you so much.
Immigrants from Nigeria and Ghana, they come over here, they have children, and they espouse conservative values.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a lot of expectation from the conservative immigrant class. They said that, who was I reading about? Because they were talking about J.D. Vance's wife, and they were saying like, of course she would be Republican. A lot of Indians that are sent over here are coming from the elite conservative class, so of course she would be on that side, despite the
Yep.
racism that she's facing. People are calling her, asking why he's married to a brown. But
And she's about to get the ire of all of those discriminatory, bigoted. J.D. Vance himself has pushed racist, bigoted, misogynistic language all over the place. He's been locked, step and key, and fell in line. And now his wife, who he professes to love so much, is about to get all of that venom and vitriol. Don't come over here crying. Don't say, "Oh no, we can't do that." No, keep the same energy you had. So when these people come out here and call your wife everything but a child of God, I don't want to hear about it.
Just like what's his name? What's the man from Kentucky? What's his name? With the Asian wife.
Oh, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, yeah, him. Just like him. When we're doing the whole COVID stuff, everybody attacked his wife. Mm-hmm.
Just like they did Nemrata when she was running in the Republican primary. They were racist, misogynistic, and all kinds of discriminatory. Your wife is going to get all of it. All of it.
But in a perfect world, if they really thought about it, if all the minorities, the black people, Asians, Hispanics, they all came together and was like, no, we're not standing up for this. You know, we want to be treated as equals in this country. If everybody came together, but that's too much like right. We could end all of this very easily. But you know,
that's on purpose. Racist white people who are in fear for their majority do everything they can to divide the minority and try to make everybody think that black people are these horrible, people, and you don't want to be like the blacks. They try to do everything in their power to make all of us think that we are, different, or you don't want to end up like the black people are. And so they try to get them to vote against their own best interest for fear that they'll end up like us.
Exactly. I mean, they even put black people against each other. Look at it now. Look how many black Trump supporters you have, and look how many black people. Oh yeah, you on the plantation voting for Democratic. I'm getting off that plantation and all this stuff. And it's just like and then you have these rappers that's coming out here, which they're voting on their best interest because they're just looking at it from a monetary standpoint. That's the only reason they're supporting Trump. And they don't really care about the everyday working black person. They don't give a damn about you or what you got to do. But they will brainwash you and all this stuff. So now you got all these black people out here. Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Oh yeah, he a G. He got shot. Yeah, he did because he's a felon now. Oh yeah, he like me. No, he's not like me. Because I'm sorry, you're black. You're in a court of law in this country. If you go down there with those type of charges, you going to jail. You're not about to have the Supreme Court overturning stuff for you. You're not going to have any of this going on for you as a black person in this country with our justice system. So you're nothing like Trump.
Has bought a lot of those people locked.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't tell me that he isn't paying Amber Rose's bills. You can't tell me he didn't drop a little money to 50 Cent. You can't tell me he didn't buy Ice Cube a nice shiny watch or something. Like, those people are bought and sold for. So
they saying now Amber Rose, she's in some type of crypto scam and she's being investigated by the FBI. So that's why she's behind Trump, because he's promising her to give her a pardon if she gets convicted. So
I doubt seriously that
Mm-hmm.
said that she would get any parts of any party. I mean, why would he? He would have no reason to. She serves him no purpose.
Mm-hmm.
She serves him no purpose.
But you know how Trump lie. He probably told her that just to
Okay,
get
he
her
gonna lie to her.
endorsement. He gonna
That's
lie to her. He
that is
probably told her
definitely
that.
I think she was honestly just a pawn. You know how the Dems rally
right.
behind Cardi B. They said, well, let's get Amber Rose. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she's relatable to the blacks. Let's go get her.
But
And
she's not.
a lot of rappers, if we're gonna be quite honest, because Trump was pardoning so many black people who were public figures, a lot of Negroes jumped on that bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
People that shouldn't have been
and
pardoned.
exactly. Look, Young Thug, prime example. Because Fonnie, because her situation with the inappropriate affair at work, because that was brought to light. Now there's this air of possible corruption in the whole Fulton County DA's office, and obviously there is some mishandling of the YSL case, and therefore Trump is the guy.
See, I was even gonna think of Young Thug. I was thinking of Kodak Black because that
Mm-hmm.
man has been a menace.
But him too, him, Lil Wayne, whomever you want to name.
Kwame Kilpatrick. He pardoned
Yeah,
him. Mm-hmm.
yeah. That is what that is all about. And so now Negroes think he's the best thing since sliced bread.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is, at the end of the day, it is not now that we have ripped the goddamn band-aid off. It, all of those same people, all of those people that were saying Biden is out, y'all need to get your ass on every um MSNBC, anybody with a goddamn microphone and come right out. We have full throated support toward Kamala Harris. It's no more time for this fuck shit. Not if you want to win, you don't have time to not be on the same page. Everybody got to fall their ass in line. And so Nancy Pelosi, Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, and all of the other people, Barack Obama, all of these people who were behind the scenes, it was being floated out there that you were having conversations. Nope, no more behind the scenes shit. Come your ass right on the goddamn camera this week, tomorrow, Tuesday, and say, yeah, I need to do an interview. Yep, I want to talk to people. Yep, here's a statement from my office saying we give our unfettered support toward Kamala Harris. That's what
And don't
everybody
forget
got.
George Clooney. Don't forget George Clooney and all those Hollywood elites who have spent all their lives walking the thin line of not commenting on politics, having so much to say all of a sudden about the Democratic Party's nominee. You too, since you got so much else to say.
I mean, everybody better fall their ass in line. If you want to win, I'm just saying.
I believe they already know what's up. I don't think they could. I don't even if we got down to November and Biden was voted in, I believe they already knew they had to get in line behind Kamala because it's pretty much it's too late to turn around.
Right.
This is your best choice. First off, when I heard they said Kamala had hit the campaign trail for fundraising, I said, oh, I already know what this is. I already know what this is. She outside and Biden in the house.
Yep.
I already know what this is.
So everybody need to fall in line. I want to be very smart and strategic about this front debate she don't got a whole lot of time because she go out and bounce down by the time we get to the PNC next month.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, like they can't do, as you said earlier, they can't do this whole we're splitting hairs. No, you have a candidate. Her name is Kamala. Only thing you all need to do is find the perfect running mate. That is the only thing you need to do. And even then, that don't need to take too long.
Right.
So how do you guys think her speech at the DNC will go? Do you think she'll be apologetic, or
Nope.
how do you think that's gonna go?
Nope. It needs to be balls to the walls. Come bunch of blazing.
Because of who you're dealing with, Trump has not played fair. And that's one thing I have to like and respect about Trump. He put his balls on the table and double dog dare you to do some shit about it.
Yep.
She got to come in the same way.
Yeah. She got to come in.
The other people, do you think they'll be apologetic about them switching candidates so late in the game? Because this is unprecedented, in my opinion. I've never heard of no shit like this.
Yeah. Can one of y'all read the super chats? I'm not able to read them right now. I know it was one earlier, and there's one now. I can't read them right now.
Just said AOC said on her live that the donors pushing Biden out don't want Kamala. They want an open convention, which is a disaster.
They want who?
They want an open convention.
But that's why I said earlier, I don't believe that Biden drops out without getting a sure promise and demanding that all of those people that had that private conversation with him and all of the members of leadership within the Democratic Party pushed Kamala Harris. This is not the time for an open PNC. That's a losing race, because what will happen is your base will think you're all over the place. This ain't the year.
Exactly.
So I refuse to believe that he bowed out without forcing them and demanding them to say that they will be fully backing Kamala Harris. If we see come either later this evening or tomorrow that you see that kind of foolishness out there, and you start to hear that from people in positions of power, they've lost.
Mm-hmm.
I would mention it.
They would have lost just dropping out without. I thought this should have been better handled personally. I feel like they should have went on TV, him make a speech about stepping down, and then Kamala step right up to the podium.
I think he did tonight. I'd be very surprised if he did not address the nation about this tonight. This is too big of a situation for him not to address the nation.
He's gonna have to.
He has to address the nation on this. He has to, which helps Kamala, because if he addresses the nation, in his addressing of the nation, his first paragraph is about how, it's his honor to serve, and the next paragraph is telling Kamala Harris, then we know what we need to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's telling all of them people, fuck around and find out. Because remember, technically, he still has those delegates.
Yeah.
And isn't it something too where if they did try to replace Kamala with someone else, they would have to run a whole new campaign because they can't use those campaign funds as well too.
It would be an open free-for-all.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be an open free-for-all.
But all the campaign funds is Joe Biden's race so far, they couldn't even use that. But I think if Kamala runs, they can still use it because she was on the original ticket. Yeah.
But guys, I'm gonna drop down and fade back into the background.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go to work.
Live. Now she's talking about it.
But I'm actually almost home. Me, let me go all the way home, and I've been on here an hour and 14 minutes. I said I was gonna come up here for 10 minutes and say he's out, and then go live again when I get home. Oh man. Um, y'all have because I got to get out off here and because I'm about to get home and get situated. Take all this luck out. Xavier, you have any final words before we get out of here?
Say that we need to stay with hope. We need hope. We gotta hope and pray that the Lord or whoever you believe in sees Kamala through this. Let's pray the Democrats finally get some sense about themselves. Make them gird their loins and not act like some bitches up into this convention. I just don't want no foolishness. We can't afford it. Literally, we can't afford it. We've invested too much into the Kamala campaign as of right now. It's too much money lost and thrown away to start an open convention for somebody new.
All right, JT, you have anything?
Not what did Trump say? Fight, fight, fight. That's what we got to do.
All right. Well, I certainly thank y'all. Listen, y'all know we're gonna be on top of this all week long.
Yeah.
I know we've been on top of this for the last how many weeks. This is a politics channel. This is you. We break things down. We are ahead of the curve. Y'all, one thing my subscribers can never say is they did not see this coming. Because we talked about it before the first person defected.
We all saw it coming. Yeah, this was the inevitable right here.
So we will be on the beaten path. We will be on top of this, breaking things down. I apologize that I am not on camera. Like I normally would be driving and try to make my way home. Then I got to get home and get rest and then start getting ready for the Janet Jackson concert. Shout out to my queen, Janet, who I'll be going to see tonight. If Biden does address the nation tonight, we will address that tomorrow. So we will address that on our live tomorrow and break all of that down tomorrow. And we'll also be looking at all of the political shows tonight and in the morning to see, because I'm sure leaked about certain things from people in positions of power and what they have to say in the background. And like I said, if it's not full-throated support for Kamala, these people have already lost the race.
I agree.
Anyway, y'all, as I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal president active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged. They're much appreciated. Thank y'all so much for rocking over here with me. Stay tuned. I'm sure everybody and their mama going live about it. They won't have the breakdown that we have. Y'all heard me. My pick for VP is Andy Beshear, but sources tell me the front runners are Shapiro, Castro, Beshear, and maybe even Buttigieg. So, all right, y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out. Cheers.